Fantastic, thank you. Okay, I rolled out this morning leaving my watch on the counter.
Okay. You want me to keep you on?
I want you to keep me informed of what time it is.
Okay. It is 8:51.
Thank you.
Almost 8:52.
Okay.
I can help with the focus.
I'm sorry?
I can help with focus.
Yeah, you will. All right.
You want to test mics?
No, can you come and run this here for a minute? Over here, I want you on this camera. So right now, go as wide as possible. Okay, on the front ring, play with the focus. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Go all the way to the other side.
All the way to the left.
Okay, go. Is it as wide as possible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, go the other way with the focus. All the way the other way with the focus.
Now all the way to the right.
Go all the way to the left, please. Thank you. Pick up the tripod and move backwards slowly. Okay, on the open and closed, close it a little. Okay, what time is it, please?
8:55 on the clock.
I meant until you guys go live.
Let's do that. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, that's better already. Okay, open it.
All the way open.
For now, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I said it's all the way open now.
Okay, hold on just a minute. Okay, now
Focus.
focus.
You want it as wide as that?
Pardon me?
Wide.
I Okay, can I just get you to do the focus
Yeah,
ring
I'm
right now?
asking you how to focus. Turn it.
Okay, let me do it. Oh man.
It's too wide.
Which one am I turning?
So open and close.
Is that open or closed?
Open. Close. Open.
Okay.
Wide.
Is it that's
Far wide. Far wide.
okay. All right. That
Okay.
works. Just a minute. Which put my fingers on the open ring, please?
One more down. Open.
Is that all the way
All
open?
the way open.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, you want me to do this while you focus?
No. I want you to. No.
Oh.
That's done.
Okay, no, I mean for while you're doing this,
I don't understand your question.
you have to put it here, so you need me to sit here, so you can focus this.
What time is it?
It is A7:57
Okay.
and 30 seconds.
Can I get you to take the HDMI cord out of the back of that camera, please, without moving that camera? Okay. Replace it with this without moving that camera.
You guys are live in 2 minutes.
And now we're on this camera. 8:58 and 30. We have to do
Okay.
this on our first break.
Say that again.
8:58 and 30 seconds.
Okay. I'm going to get you to power that one. There's a power pin down here. Zach, we good?
You guys ready to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, can you pull the lens cap off of that, please? All right. Leave it alone. For whatever reason, it works.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hey. Why does this say low battery? I charged it all night long.
Can't help you.
I have my charger.
Or hey Google, play ESPN 700 and get Utah's best sports talk, Utah football and basketball, all on your smart speaker at home. Stay connected.
And then
at
can you
home or on the
text
go with
soon?
Utah's #1 sports talk, ESPN 700. You're tuned to KALL North Salt Lake, KXRK HD3, ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM. Stream us live on ESPN700sports.com.
This is Utah Golf Radio. For the next 2 hours, we'll give you the best coverage of golf in Utah. Now bringing you inside the ropes. Here's Paul Pugmire and Jan Brownstein.
Good morning, Utah Golf Radio, coming to you live today from Copper Rock, where we are here celebrating the LPGA legends, the greatest players in the women's game over the history of the game are here at Copper Rock, and we are bringing it to you live today. We've got a great show for you today, coming to you in partnership with Utah's leading golf organizations, the Utah Golf Association, the Utah Section PGA, Fairways Media, the Utah Golf Foundation, the Utah Golf Course Superintendents Association, the Utah Junior Golf Association, and First Tee Utah. I am Paul Pugmire, your host and president of First Tee Utah. I am joined by our co-host, Jan Brownstein. Jan, good morning. Welcome
Good
to the
morning,
show.
Paul. We're at the Legends.
This is so cool. No matter how you slice this apple, it's cool.
Yeah.
These are these are legends. It's aptly named event,
Yes.
And these are some of the greatest players in the history of the women's game. Let's just real quick take a look at the keyboard.
the
The
leaderboard.
leaderboard. I look down at the keyboard right when I said that. I am so easily susceptible to suggestion,
Yeah, no.
visual suggestion. It's
And,
disconcerting.
and look at who we have at the top.
Top of the leaderboard. Let's start with that. Christy Kerr. Anybody out there haven't heard of Chris Kerr? Yeah, nobody.
Nobody.
One of the legends of the game. I think Christy Kerr is in the conversation, in the mix for membership in the World Golf Hall of Fame.
Mhm.
She is a 2-time major champion, a U.S. Open and a Women's PGA. 20 victories on the LPGA Tour. And Jan, if she closes the deal and wins this today, that will add a senior major to her resume.
Yes, it will.
And I think it just locks down
Yeah, it
whatever
locks down the Hall of
conversation
Fame, HOF.
is left
Yep.
for the Hall of Fame. But Christy Kerr, one of those that I think is destined for the Hall of Fame. She has a 2-shot lead going into today's final round. She sits at -4, 140 on the par 72 Copper Rock track in this 54-hole stroke play event. She is at 140 on rounds of 69 and 71.
But we can't discount Charlotta Sorenstam because she led on Friday, correct?
She did, and I'll get to that in just a minute.
Okay.
Let's go through the top 5 here.
Okay, sorry.
So
I jumped ahead.
Yeah, pretty eager to talk about Charlotta. That's
I
great.
know.
Let's do. So the leaderboard is Christy Kerr at the top. She is like I say at -4, 140 on rounds of 69 and 71. She has a 2-shot victory over a trio at -2, 142. They are Heather Bowie Young, Julia Surgis, and Letta Lindley. And then rounding out the top 5, we've got Jill McGill and Becky Morgan. They are at -1, 143. And so that is your leaderboard. And Christy Kerr, there is a chance she will join us later in the show. She's got an 11:12 tee time, and so she's got obviously her morning stuff, her pregame, all of that stuff. And we will see if it works out for Christy to join us later in the show. But right now, let's talk about somebody else.
Let's talk about my idol. Let's just say it. We know. We know who she is. She's the most fantastic, just such a wonderful thing to happen to women's golf. She is a Utah Golf Hall of Fame inductee last year.
Yeah, well,
Or no, 2 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and she's, can I just say, Dr. Sue Nice.
You can say Dr. Sue Nice. Sue, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Jan. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Utah Golf Community.
What a pleasure to have you with us. And first of all, let's just give some numbers. Then we want to talk about it.
Mhm.
After the first 2 rounds, Sue sits at T49 +14 on rounds of 78 and 80. And there is some story behind this we want to talk about. First of all, Sue,
Let's just start with that I was on the leaderboard after 5 holes. Let's
That's
just
where I
start
was-
with
Yes,
that.
let's start
Okay,
with
that's
let's,
where
let's
I was
go there
starting.
first,
And-
right
and-
off the bat.
And let's put it in this context, folks. Go listen to a podcast we published last night. We talk about this and on the Utah Golf Radio podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. But Sue did start out in Fuego. She was -2 through 5 holes, having made 3 birdies in the first 5 holes. She was at the top of the leaderboard on.
I was only the 3rd group out, but I was at the top of the leaderboard.
I don't care. I'm looking at the leaderboard, Sue, and I go, I know her.
I know that lady.
And look, a couple things. First of all, golf is hard. Secondly, Copper Rock is a championship test. Third, and this is something we talked about last week when the Epson Tour was here. Wind on this golf course in this piece of the world, it is a feature, not a bug. It is part of this golf experience.
Well, it's called Hurricane for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
One might suggest that. Yes,
I
exactly.
like that they changed the way that we say it. So instead of it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
Hurricane,
Hurricane.
hurricane.
I think it had something to do with the English settlers and the way they pronounced
Okay.
hurricane. British settlers.
Oh, now I want to know.
No,
Okay.
we're
yeah.
gonna-
I
find-
think that's the background.
We're
So
gonna-
that is
we're gonna find out.
that is really interesting.
So the irony is not lost on us that the wind is.
We can
yeah,
talk
so-
to the mayor.
we can do that.
So how was day one for you?
Day one was all the days are amazing.
Okay. What I mean, I want to get your feeling on what on each day what you took with you, because
Oh,
this is a new experience, or this is a fun experience for you, and
for sure. I don't even know how to answer that question.
Well, let me ask a couple of different questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're 2 under through 5, run into a bit of a stumble, make a couple of doubles in a row, but you're still in the mix and you're still on the leaderboard. Make a lot of pars, and then we get to the point in the day when the fan turns on, kind of on schedule, and it happened to hit when you were in those the holes coming down the stretch up on the ridge,
up high on the mountain. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
to the north of our main area here on the 8th and 19th green, and up on the ridge, holes 15, 16, and 17 in particular, that right along the spine of that ridge are absolutely exposed. And when the wind starts blowing, which it does, it can be so hard. Walk us through 15, 16, and 17. And I'm going to apologize in advance for asking about 16, but I really want to know. And then I want to dwell on 17 because it was one of the best bounce backs I have ever seen. Tell us about playing the ridge.
Well, I was not striking the ball as well as I wanted to on the back 9. I was coming over the top just a little. I was a little bit quick, and then we got to 16T, and the group in front of us was a media group, and they were still on the tee when we arrived, and so we had a long wait up there on top of the mountain, and I made my drive, and it was just a little quick. And it's in the left desert. Only 2 feet, but I'm in a bush.
Yeah.
So I've got to take an unplayable, which is fine, but I don't have a good lie and I don't have a good place to punch out. So I hit kind of a go for shot because there's really nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
And
the hole closes down quick on the left side there, doesn't it?
And I came over the top just a hair again and did the very same thing with the next shot. And the nice spotters found 3 balls in a bush, but I'm playing a yellow ball and they were all white balls.
Oh no.
So I'm thinking, oh great. And he kept saying, you almost hit me. You almost hit me. I said, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hit
But
you.
if it got that close, can you find it, please?
Yeah, no kidding.
So we eventually found it, and it resulted in another unplayable. And this one was really tight. I really had no swing when I dropped it, just a punch. And I punched it back to the fairway, and I hit a really good shot to the green, and like it does, rolled down and around and hard to the left.
Feature of that green. It
And,
slopes right to left very severely.
And I hit a putt up there, and the girl in front of me missed the putt to the right, so I missed the putt to the left for a larger number.
Yeah. Okay. So you made a larger number on 16. Had some challenges and some misadventures. Let's dwell on what you did on the next hole, the par 3, severely downhill par 3, 17th hole, which Jan is.
I love that hole.
It's a great hole, and it is becoming the signature hole of this golf course.
Well, that's why they have the CR up there in the rocks.
Oh, okay. Valid point. And so it plays about $140, or it measures about $140 downhill, but again, exposed.
It's right at the top of the ridge.
Right at the
and
top.
every wind does something to your ball.
And so clubbing that hole is just
you don't have any
somewhere
idea.
between brutal and a dark guess.
Yes.
What
And
did
then
you go
committing to that shot is a
Oh
whole
my
nother
goodness,
issue.
yes.
with? That is so hard to commit to a shot you're not sure of. What did you go with?
I hit a 9-iron that day.
Okay.
The wind was quartering in.
Okay.
coming from the right, which is a more difficult wind for me
Mhm.
as I hit a little bit of a natural draw,
So
And,
it can take off and
and
run
it
with
can
it.
take off. And
Yeah.
I typically hit it to the bottom of that green because it just goes left.
Hmm.
And I just said, I hit it to the right edge of the green, and I hit it good, and I just followed it. And of course, I play a yellow ball for a reason that I can't see the ball.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so annoying. I understand.
And it hit the right edge of the green, right where I wanted to. It took the hill,
Uh-huh.
and then it started diving towards the hole, and it's moving at a very lovely pace, nice and slow, and just trickling
Just
towards the
tracking.
hole. And from what my friends tell me, Devin DeLynn and Steve, that it hit the high edge of the hole, went down in,
No.
horseshoed back out,
No.
and ended up on the side of the hole that it started on.
Wow.
So you ended up with a kick in too? Okay, a bounce back from making a 9 on the previous hole to making a 2 on this really difficult signature hole on the golf course is so impressive to me, Sue. And when I saw that and it popped up on the score on the online leaderboard, just 3 words flashed through my mind. Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yes, this ain't by accident.
No.
Well, several people asked me, what's your goal this week? And my goal was to just stay in every shot, in the moment, in every shot. And I was able to do that there. I did that on 16. I stayed in every shot. There was just 2 bad swings
Mhm.
that cost the ball to be in an unplayable lie.
2 bad swings in a place where there wasn't a margin for error. You make those same swings on, say, number 5. Let's go to another par 5. Everybody's yawning. Nobody cares because there's lots of room out there.
Mhm.
Right.
So that was a part of that as well. But seriously, it is so impressive to me. When that 2 popped up, I just thought, oh my gosh, of course. This is.
And I thought, thank goodness.
No, I'm thinking, this is Sue Nias. this is exactly Sue Nias. And
It's
Well, then the par on
so
18
Sue.
was no bargain. And,
Okay,
and so to
18,
finish
yeah.
birdie par was really impressive.
Yeah.
I agree completely. Talk to us about 18, because 18 is all the work you want.
And it was straight into the wind.
Okay.
And it was the back tee. They're playing 2 different tee boxes, and
Yeah.
it was the back tee. And so I'm trying to get it up the hill and not hit it over the green, because if you land on that green, it bounces at least 15 yards. And I hit it thin again, which a teeny bit quick at the top, little lower trajectory, doesn't catch the front hill, gets all the way to the top, and then rolls all the way back down.
Mm.
And I get it up and down.
Oh, we're okay. Impressive work. Very
Yeah,
nice.
That was good.
Very nice.
Nice.
What's the experience been like around the golf course here with you are in this event? Now, this is not unplowed ground for you. You are used to being at the world's top events. You played on the European tour. Let's just
Not recently. Nothing's recent.
Okay, but
it's all in the back memory box.
But it's there. And let's remind everybody, okay, there is one person, male or female, in all of the United States, one person in the USGA who has qualified for and played in every USGA championship, and that is Dr. Sue Nias, our own Sue Nias. And so my point here, Sue, is you have been to all these USGA championships. You know what a top flight tournament is. But what's the experience now at this point in your life where you're with these women who are at a different place in their careers and in their lives, and everybody still has the passion, but maybe life has moved on a little, and these are colleagues and friends, and these are great players in the history of the game. You're right here with everything. What's the experience like for you?
It's very rewarding. It's very humbling. It's very satisfying. I'm just so grateful to be in this field and to have a chance to play at what feels like my home in southern Utah,
Yes.
Copper Rock.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, when we found out you got the exemption, I screamed so loud.
You too?
I probably scared people. You and I, Sue. I swear, it was just one of those things. It was such a well deserved and just such a treat for all of us, for all of the Utah golfers.
Yeah, agreed. It just is absolutely the right thing that you are in this field. You have earned your way here over a lifetime of accomplishment.
Thank you.
It is absolutely right that you are here. You've got one round left. You're going to get out early enough to where the pattern is a pleasant little breeze in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time you get up to the ridge, it might be howling again. You just shrug.
But then
Okay,
again,
I like
you
that.
never know. I mean, because I've played Copper Rock with no wind before, so I
Really?
mean, it does
the thing
happen.
Is, it's not a unidirectional wind.
No,
Right,
it
no,
moves.
it-
Yeah.
You can pick a
it doesn't
club,
pick a lane.
and then it can change complete directions
Before-
between the time that you pick the club and
And
you
hit
go
the
to
club.
the ball.
Yeah.
So it's just variable, and it's a little overcast this morning, so maybe it won't blow. Who knows? Doesn't matter. You just play it as you find it.
You get, right in that golf, play the course as you find it,
Yep.
play the balls it lies. Absolutely, that is so good. Well, we know that you've got to do your pregame. We're sneaking up on 1 hour out from your tee time, so generally people have an hour arc getting ready. I am really grateful to you for stopping in with us this morning. Thank you so much. So proud of you for being here. Like I say, in some ways, it's a lifetime achievement award because you are here for a lifetime, for decades of sterling accomplishment, and
Thank you.
I respect that so deeply. And as soon as we can after the show, I'm going to go watch you again.
Yep, I am. I gotta find where you are. I'm gonna follow you for the rest of the day.
Well, I'm starting on 10. so
Okay, good.
We know that. Okay.
Okay, we're
All
in.
right. Thank you so much, Sue.
Thank you,
And-
Utah
and-
golf community, for all your support and all the things that mean the most to me is the great relationships that we have in our state of Utah.
Yeah, so true. Well said. Thank you. That is Dr. Sue Nias, member of the Utah Golf Hall of Fame, playing in the LPGA Legends Tournament.
My idol, you forgot.
Jan's idol.
I'm just,
Why?
I'm beside myself. I'm so excited to watch Sue
Me
play
too.
today.
Me too. And I am.
Because I think I've seen her play, maybe never in competition and maybe socially, but I've never seen her play in competition. So this is my first time. So I'm really, really excited.
I am also very pleased to say, my dear friend Sue Nias, and cannot wait to go watch her close this out today and,
Yes.
and put a little exclamation point on it.
I like it.
I like it too. All right, Jan. We need to do ourselves a little JetX update. Come listen to a story about a pro named Jed, a poor three putter. He had bogeys in his head. And then one day he was shooting at the green. Got the worst dang bounce anybody ever seen. Left, that is. Short-sided. What? Oh, in the rough. The JetX Jug, brought to us by our good friends at First Utah Bank. Check them out at firstutahbank.com or any of their branches around the Salt Lake Valley. We do our banking at First Tee at First Utah Bank, and they treat us so nicely. We are very grateful to be there with our friends, firstutahbank.com. The JetX Jug is the backdoor fantasy game we play here at Utah Golf Radio, where we are identifying the 3 players who will barely make the top 100 in the FedEx standings. You get a point for each position the players finish up to and including number 100, 101 and beyond. What do you get?
You get nothing, of course.
Nothing, of course. That's right. Nothing, not a nil. Any points beyond 100. So that's the fun of the game. It is a highly volatile game as,
Oh
the,
my
as
gosh,
the bubble
is it
boys are
ever.
moving around.
I'm stinking up the joint right
Yeah.
now. I can't even see myself. Myself is gone off the leaderboard.
Our,
It's a weird blow to me because I'm used to being there.
our good friend John Papor, the head golf professional at Red Ledges, he is in the lead right now with a team of Danny Walker, Joel Damon, and Will Zalatoris. And his big point getter is Zalatoris with 95 points because Zalatoris sits at 95th in the FedEx standings right now. But that's going to change and move, Jan. It is the nature of this game.
I know. Who would have ever thought Ricky Fowler would be 99?
Nobody. I know exactly. So Fowler, Bryce Larson from our sister station in Provo, ESPN 960. He's in second place, and he's
got
doing it
Ricky Fowler.
largely on the back of Ricky Fowler
Mhm.
at 99. But that's not going to stay.
No.
It's not going to stay at all. Anyway, check out. You want to follow along. Entries have closed for the year.
Hmm.
But follow along with us with the JetX Jug button on our website at UtahGolfRadio.com and follow this game along. It is a fun thing. All right. And Jan, we need ourselves a little UPod update.
Give me an update. I need some scores. Wanna see my U-Box on the leaderboard and watch it play. Yeah. Whoa, give me an update. I need some scores. Wanna see my U-Box on the leaderboard and watch it play. Yeah.
The UPod update brought to us by our friends at Scott Golf. Check them out at scottgolf.com. These wonderful clubs are a Utah product. I've got them in my bag. They are sweet. Love my Scott clubs. Jan, give us a little UPod update.
All right. Last week with Tony was at the PGA Championship. He did finish T19 -2, 282 on a round of 70, 69, 69, and 74.
Top 20 in a major for Tony.
Yep, I like that. And he is not playing this week. But Zach and Patrick are playing this week. So, they started this week anyway. They're at the Charles Schwab. Unfortunately, both missed the cut. Zach Blair with a +2, 142 on a round of 72 and 70, and Fish missed the cut +4, 144, 74 and 70.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
What's next for Fish?
Fish, he's out on the road right now, and he's just following the tour. He's got
Okay.
a card. He's playing.
I know, but I mean, do we know when is next?
I'm not exactly
No.
sure. We'll
Okay.
check on that.
All
Okay.
right, well, let's do that. And then at the Corn Ferry Tour, Peter Quest last week was at the Advent Health. He finished T69 +1, 289 on rounds of 71, 73, 71, and 74. This week he is at the Knoxville Open. Unfortunately, he did miss the cut +1, 143 on a round of 78 or 75 and 68. I have to ask this question, and I hate it, but where does Peter sit as far as is he in jeopardy of losing his Corn Ferry status?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is unfortunate, but he's been scraping a little bit. He's got full status this year. He's going to play out this year, obviously. All he needs, Jan, is a couple of good weeks, and my answer changes. But as it stands right now, he's on the outside looking in for status for next year.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, isn't it? Funny with golf, you just need one or two.
Yeah, and you need a place to play.
Yep.
So keeping status is the drill, which brings us to Blake Tomlinson.
Yes, Blake Tomlinson. He finished at the Bupa, Blake and Bupa last week. T41 -6. I know.
Do you want to say it again, Jen?
Yes. Blake Tomlinson at the Bupa.
Okay.
T41 -6, 282 on rounds of 71, 70, 72, and 69. He's currently at the, and I practice saying this, Inter Rapidissimo Championship.
Interrapidissimo.
They had to shut it down for darkness, so he currently sits T24 -1.
The point here is that because I took you there when we were talking about status, Blake is making cuts, so he's making a check, which I'm sure he's very happy about, but he's getting points in the Americas Tour, and that is the status drill, is making the cut so that you get points. Everything is based on making the cut, and Blake has been doing that. His pattern is pretty strong, and
he's and his finishing is going up.
Yeah.
So he's finishing in the upward. So we like that.
Yes.
And I just like saying Inter Rapidissimo.
Okay, I'm down with that. Okay. That's all good.
Okay, there we go.
All right, fantastic.
Oh, you know what? I completely forgot our Champions Tour. What is going on? Mike Weir finished the Regions Traditions last week, T27 -7, 281 on rounds of 74, 67, 69, and 71. He and our very own Steve Schneider are at the Senior PGA Championship. Unfortunately, they both missed the cut with the exact same score. They both missed it with a +7, 151 on one round of 70 and 75 for Steve, and around a 77 and 74 for Mike.
Very good. All right. Let's send some love to our Zions Bank Player of the Week. That would be Sadie Wagner from Lone Peak High School. She won the 6A state title with a really impressive second round to pull ahead of her teammate Aiden Long and win this thing. In so doing, she led her Lone Peak Knights to the 4th state championship in a row.
Yep.
Sadie Wagner, the Zions Bank Player of the Week, presented by Fairways Magazine. We will be talking with Sadie later in the show.
I have a feeling there are a few schools that are really excited that Sadie and Aiden have graduated.
Well, no, Sadie's got another year.
Oh, she does?
Aiden's on her
done.
way,
Yep.
but Sadie's got another year.
Oh, goodness. That's
All
going to
right.
be fun next year to watch her.
Yeah, we talk about that with Sadie.
Yeah.
Actually, so Sadie will join us later in the show
Cool.
with a pre-recorded tape because she's on a plane this morning. But anyway, Sadie Wagner, Zions Bank Player of the Week, presented by Fairways Magazine. She'll join us later in the show. We need to take a break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to catch up with Coach Bruce Brockbank of the Brigham Young University Cougars. They are at the NCAA Nationals at La Costa in Carlsbad. And Jan, it's going pretty
Cannot
nice.
wait. I know. I've been watching.
Me too. We're gonna catch up with Coach Brockbank on the other side. You are listening to Utah Golf Radio, powered by T-Box on the Rocky Mountain Golf Network.
Are you watching closely?
Okay.
Paul, I have a quick question for you.
So I finally met Kalepi. Jordan and Avner invited me to a Finau.
Okay.
And Jordan had invited me to a networking event with a bunch of people, and he was there. He and his new wife were there. Anyway, so she and I were talking, and I helped her make some videos. Her son, Kington, ended up getting back-to-back days double hole-in-ones at Thanksgiving Point. What do you need? How can I help? He's 10.
Yeah.
His little body goes all the way around.
Hey, Paul.
Okay, Janet, you just stand up.
Okay. What? Let me.
Okay. All right.
Actually, we don't need this anymore. Put it on the table. So hold on. I got a little bit more slack, so go ahead. Yeah, a little bit more. Kirk just said they can still hear us over the commercials.
Yeah, actually, I know
No bad words. She said. Good thing we weren't mad.
that. I suppose so. Okay.
Is it too close?
Hold on. Can you find out where we are on our time?
Yep. Zach,
Yes, ma'am.
how much time do we have?
Oh, 35 seconds.
And ask him if he has Bruce.
Do you have Bruce? You gotta get on.
Say again.
You gotta get on.
Okay, I can't tell what you're saying.
20 seconds.
Thank
Or
you.
10 seconds.
Does he have Bruce?
He didn't answer.
Can you text him? I need to know.
Hey guys, Brock is good to go.
Thank you.
Hamclad. You're listening to Paul and Jan on Utah Golf Radio.
I guess hot.
Yeah. Utah Golf Radio coming to you live today from Copper Rock, where we are here celebrating the LPGA legends, some of the greats in the game playing here at Copper Rock today. Christy Kerr with a 2-shot lead going into today's final round. We are coming to you in partnership with Utah's leading golf organizations, the Utah Golf Association, the Utah Section PGA, Fairways Media, the Utah Golf Foundation, the Utah Golf Course Superintendents Association, the Utah Junior Golf Association, and First Tee Utah. I am Paul Pugmire, your host, and the president of First Tee Utah. We're here with Jan Brownstein, our co-host, and this first hour of the show is brought to us by Salt Lake City Golf at slcgolf.com or the Salt Lake City Golf app, and we are powered, as always, by T-Box. T-Box, of course, for coaching, community, and clubs. Check them out at tbx.golf. We are joined now by the head coach of the Brigham Young University Cougars. They are at La Costa in Carlsbad, California for the NCAA Finals. Bruce Brockbank. Coach, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Paul and Jan. How are you?
We're great,
We
Coach.
are good. We are excited.
So no kidding, right? Everything's been angling for and pointing to this event this week for the whole season. Coach, we really appreciate you taking some time with us. You guys, let me not go into the numbers right now. Let me just ask you, how you feeling, Coach? You're playing pretty well.
Yeah, the guys have, came into town and with a little bit of momentum off the regional and playing some pretty good golf. They've done an incredible job with this golf course. I've never been here before until this year. And the course is, the changes that they've made over the last couple of years and grass growing and the greens, the landscape of this course and the greens are just incredible, and the shape and condition. I just admire what this guy, the superintendent, and the group has done. And our guys have come in and been able to be pretty consistent so far. It's been fun.
Yes, they have. Let's talk a little bit about the leaderboard. Oklahoma currently leads the tournament at -9 after the first. Actually, they've gone 1 under par today, so -8 after the first round. Florida State in second place. Florida, Arizona State, Auburn, Texas, Illinois. The pattern here is these are all top 10 teams in the nation, so no big surprise, right?
Well, no, but it's those red numbers, especially 8 under from Oklahoma, that's a heck of a score out there.
That is.
They were in the afternoon, a pretty good wind, and just a great score. You got to hand it to them, that's for sure.
T8 at +1 after the first round is our own Brigham Young University Cougars. Tyson Shelley was at -1 on his round. Peter Kim joined him at -171 on his round. Zach Jones +1, Cole Ponich at +2, and Simon Kwan was at +4. So you threw out a 76. Altogether, it was good for a +1 score for the Cougs yesterday. That puts you at T8 after the first round. I want to talk about Tyson because he had been scraping just a little bit lately, and yet he led the team yesterday.
Yeah, it was great. I've been walking with Tyson, see if we can help him a little bit along the way. And he played super yesterday. Went through a little bit of a cold spell for 2 or 3 holes. Other than that, he just hit a lot of great shots. And when he missed, he was able to get it up and down. So it's just fun to see him get a little bit of confidence. And, we need him to we're going to have a chance this week. We need him to play and have a great week. And he definitely started out in the right spot.
that would be totally true. You need a player who is good enough to win the Pat Coast Am. Oh yeah, that would be Tyson Shelley. You need him to be on his game in order.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And when one thing about it, Paul, is just like you said, you need all 5 of the guys going.
Mm-hmm.
And when your 5 guy can get out there and shoot a good score, it always helps the team.
It absolutely does. And that is one of the strengths of this team. We talk about it, how when a team is deep and there's competition inside the team, that is the hallmark of a successful and strong college program. You have that. You've got 3 state AM champs on this team, for crying out loud, Bruce. Holy cow. And this is a team that is deep, and any one of your 5 has a record of success and can go low any day.
You said it perfectly. It's fun to watch them, and they definitely can go. And guess what? This would be a great time to see a whole bunch more of that.
This would be a great time. So you're at +1 for round 1, T8. And one of the things we learned yesterday is that +1 is a solid score that is competitive and puts you in the mix, because ultimately the drill here in the stroke play is to make the top 8 so that you make the match play come next Tuesday. But we need to talk to you about Thursday. We talked about this last week, that BYU, of course, does not play any of its sports teams, do not compete on Sunday. This tournament is set up with a Sunday round. Round 3 is scheduled for Sunday. The NCAA has you go out in advance. You have already played your Sunday round, your 3rd round, and you came in with the same score. You're +1 for that Sunday round. When you did it on Thursday, we didn't know what it would mean necessarily, but now we know that was a good round. Walk us through Thursday.
Well, we hadn't had a lot of success the 4 times that we've tried it before, the other courses, and there were a lot of different reasons, I think, and just trying to manage the uniqueness of it. We've talked about it already. It's the national championship, biggest tournament of the year, and you send the guys out in singles, and it's just it's a great challenge, and we were 0 for 4, played very poorly, didn't handle it very well mentally in the past. And on Thursday afternoon at 3:00 when we teed it up, the guys just had we talk about it a lot. We talk about being ready, and they just handled it really well. Where we could have slipped, they just hung in there, and they were just so mentally tough. Showed a lot of grit on those days, or on that day, and it was can't say enough about what the guys did.
I like playing alone at dusk because it's just fun and peaceful for me, but playing with the lights on alone is a totally different animal. You don't get to see the other players' balls in the air. You don't get to see them interact with the green. You don't get to see breaks on putts. There's so much that you're missing. I know that you have had the players in preparation for this throughout the year. You guys go out and practice playing alone, but you've done that before. What was different this time?
I just think that, there's enough guys on this team that have done it before.
Okay.
And you've got Cole Ponich saying, guys, it's not that big a deal. You just go out there and play golf. And I think the leadership on the team, the experience has, found a way in to where the guys are they were just a little bit better mentally prepared. And obviously they hit good shots. That's really what it comes down to. You can talk about everything that we do out here, all the preparation, all the thought process, all the mental practice. It's about hitting shots. And they just hit some incredible shots that day and shot a very good score.
Let's talk about Cole Ponich, a fifth-year COVID senior. He has emerged as a leader in your team, has he not?
Oh, he sure has. His maturity and the things that he's gone through, it's just been so fun to watch him mature and lead this team along with Zach Jones. Zach's done an incredible job, and then to have a guy that comes, like Peter Kim come along, and the guy just plays great golf, and so every one of the guys, Simon's and Tyson. It's like you've mentioned. Love this team, and they've got a lot of confidence, and they believe in each other. So we're going to take another run today.
Let's talk a little bit more about Cole's round yesterday. He was playing solid, playing along, gets to his 16th hole and goes all Roy Hobbs on his driver, breaks the darn thing, ends up bogeying his 16th and 18th hole. He started on 10, but whatever. Talk to us about Cole's driver and how did you deal with that? How did he deal with that?
Well, you know what happened? He and Todd were on it would have been number 6, par 5 up the hill. And he just ripped a drive, but it only went about 220 yards, Todd said. And they're going, what was that? Right?
Uh-huh. And
then on 7, he hits it again because they didn't recognize it. And the ball just went straight up like he skied it, right in the bunker. Huh. Anyway, he ended up hitting it down and short of the green. But, the face caved in, and we've got him another. And so now he's trying to, the next few minutes, he'll be warming it up and see if it performs like the old one.
Where do you go find a driver head? Because you guys had a late tee time yesterday, which means a late finish. And so you're in Carlsbad. What do you do? We beat the 9 o'clock closing time by about 10 minutes at Dick's Sporting Goods. We found that the driver. Now TaylorMade's on. They're here. Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, they only make the new head, is what we've heard. And so, we did have the NCAA Golf Committee. We had friends, family. Everybody was trying to help out, and fortunately, we found him a driver. So he'll be ready to go. We hope today.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, teamwork makes the dream work.
There you go.
Well, gosh, I hope it feels good to him. I hope it works today, and of course, when you play again on Monday,
I think he'll be fine. He's such a confident player that I think he's going to be fine.
Well, he is Cole Ponich.
Yeah, he is Cole Ponich. He's a state am champ. So
there you go.
But still, even though it's kind of cool, and yes, I would expect him to rub it in the face of his teammates. Yeah, I broke my driver. Did you? Yeah, I'm I'm big and strong.
Look how strong
but still, talk about the wrong time for it to happen.
Yeah.
And man, I love your story there, Bruce, but man, that must have been just puzzling and disconcerting to know that you make the right swing and watch it go 220.
Yeah, I think that's the worst part right there, is the bad shots, the 2 bad shots before we found out that it was going to break.
Incredible.
Right.
So you've got your round 3 score in the books. We already know it's at +1. You've got another +1 from yesterday. Put together a solid round today, and you guys are in the mix. Tell us what you're going to be doing on Sunday. What's the team schedule?
Well, we're going to hopefully, Paul, go out and play. We got our morning round today and go out and get after it, and hopefully shoot under par, because you're going to need that if you want to really make a run and be in contention to make the cut and play Monday. And we're going to go out and try to get after it. And then Sunday, we're going to get up like we normally do, and we'll go to church and then go eat some breakfast and just kind of hang around and probably watch the phones a little bit and maybe take a nap, right? Take a rest.
I actually understand about Sunday naps, Coach. So
yes, I do too.
So that's really great. Well, holy cow, we are so stinking proud of you and the team. Please give our best to the team. We are watching and cheering. And as soon as we wrap up here, Coach, I'm pointing it south, and I'll catch up with y'all down in Carlsbad here in the next couple days, and cannot wait to see what you guys are doing. This is really great stuff.
Well, thank you all for the support, and really appreciate all you do for growing the game and keeping track of all the teams.
Hey, it's fun stuff.
Have a great day. See ya.
You too.
Good luck.
That is Brigham Young University head coach Bruce Brockbank, Jan. Man, there's a lot going on here. The Thursday round 3 that they play alone, I think that is so hard. But they stepped up and they did it this time. And
Yeah.
it is really interesting that coach attributes that to Cole Ponich leadership. Not real surprising because Cole is that kind of guy.
Yep.
But it is very, very interesting. That they've done this, as coach said, and as we have chronicled, they've done it now 4 other times, and it just never has worked.
That's,
But they were competitive
yeah.
with it this time.
that's fantastic. I mean, and if Cole was the catalyst, then fantastic.
Yeah, really, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so we also want to note that Braxton Watts from the University of Utah,
Yes.
he qualified as an individual. And Braxton had he did so by winning
Yes.
the regional at Bremerton, and so he comes down as an individual. The Utes missed coming as a team by one stupid shot that still just sticks in my
hurts.
throat. I know.
It's a Zach Blair moment.
Oh, I know. Yeah, really, right?
No, it's
Okay.
just my one.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, Braxton scraped a little yesterday. He ended up with a +678 and puts him in the mid 120s individually. So he will need to turn it around. He is totally capable
I was going to say
of
he's
doing
completely capable of getting crazy.
Yeah, he is totally capable of that. And he is T130 after the first round with his 78. But he doesn't go off until the next to last group this afternoon, so he's got the morning to work on things or get himself ready. All right, we got to take a break, Jan.
Okay, let's do it.
When we come back, let's do a little things and stuff with Cameron McMillan from Uinta. You are listening to Utah Golf Radio, powered by T-Box on the Rocky Mountain Golf Network.
Okay, we're almost got it done. Here's your phone.
Okay, Jan, can you go sit over there, please?
Sure can.
Like not to work. Okay. Can I get you, please? So over here, please. Can I get you to snake the power cord? Get down. Can I get you to get down on the ground?
Yep.
And snake the power cord up that side. Okay, power cord. It's this right here. I want you to bring it up that side.
Camera's good to go, guys.
Listen.
All right, thank you.
Mm.
Zach,
Yes, sir.
where are we? Do we have McMillan?
Yes, we do.
Fantastic, thank you.
Did you see my text, by the way?
No. What's up?
For the Sadie tape, are you playing it on your side, or do I need to play it from my side?
I did, and I emailed it to you this morning
Okay, I will look for it.
on a Gmail account I have for you.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
ESPN 700. Catch OC right after me. Weekdays from 11 until 2 on Utah's #1 sports talk, ESPN 700, 92.1 FM, and Utah's ESPN radio network.
I'm doing stuff. Things. 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 Stuff. Things. Stuff. Things. 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 Stuff. Stuff. Things. Things. Stuff. Things. Things. Stuff.
Things and stuff on Utah Golf Radio, brought to us by Uinta, our good friends at Uinta Golf. You know them, you love them. They're a part of the Utah Golf legacy. We are joined now by Cameron McMillan from Uinta Golf. Cam, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Yeah, we need to talk about some things happening at Uinta. What's going on, dude?
Well, I figured we could talk about some product, specific product I had in mind.
Okay.
But first, I just want to kind of touch up on we're having a sale currently.
Ooh.
This is a good opportunity to go into any one of our stores in the valley and stock up on some goods and save on some money on certain products,
Like what?
which is always good. Well, there's a large variety of things right now. If you were looking for golf clubs, specifically of the used variety, we've got 15% off of all of our traded-in clubs.
Nice.
Basically anything with an orange sticker. 10% off of anything with a yellow sticker, which indicates that it's been a demo club. So somebody bought it, took advantage of our 90-day exchange policy, and swapped it out for something else. Those clubs receive a little bit of use, but they're still in really good shape, and you can get an extra 10% off of those too. We've got some like 20% off of our, I believe it was Travis Matthews, Squares, Skechers, and Jay Lindbergh apparel. And we've got some percentages off of our green sticker golf bags too. So while those are marked down already, they're getting marked down even further. There's Adidas, For All, and FootJoy apparel. All of that's 20% off.
Oh, let's talk about For All for a minute. That's a bit of a local thing.
It is.
Because Michelle Money, Mike Weir's wife, is behind that. So tell us what you got going on with For All. We love us some Mike Weir. All things Mike Weir.
All things Mike Weir.
All things Mike Weir.
You know what? We actually have a Masters flag on a. It's framed and it's on one next to our back TV in our junior area, and it's a flag from Augusta that's been signed by Mike Weir.
Whoa!
In commemoration of his victory.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool little thing we've got going on there. So if you're ever in store, anybody, you can go and check that out. But yeah, For All apparel, that's been one of our strongest brands. We've been carrying them for about I'd say two and a half years, and they've been doing very, very well. But yes, it's a brand that's established by Michelle Money and Jen, and they're a Utah brand, and Worldwide Golf, which is our big umbrella that covers Uinta Golf, they own For All. So we're in very good standings with them. And yeah, they cater to women's apparel. And now you name it, they've got it. They've got socks, they've got some other accessories. They've got, of course, the bottoms and the tops. A large variety of different designs, but a little bit more like a modern twist to them. So very good quality materials too. You'll go in and you'll feel it. So very heavy, a little bit more of like a cotton polyester build to them. Price points are more moderate to a little higher, but that's kind of why this is a good opportunity to come in and stock up on some of that stuff. 20% off you can save on the For All apparel is always a good day. But I think they're worth every penny because the feedback we've been getting from the gals who wear it has been very, very positive. So that's a good opportunity to come in here and support a Utah brand.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So Worldwide Golf, your parent company as well, bought For Golf is part of the Worldwide Golf family now.
Yep. For All is part of the Worldwide Golf family.
There we go. I didn't know that. That is cool stuff. Sells a sale. Cameron.
That's my favorite department. So that's my favorite department is the sales department. So when you put sale on top of sale, I'm in.
that makes total
But when
sense.
you put sale on top of regular price stuff, I love that.
Oh yeah, no, it's a good day.
So tell people where they can go to get themselves to You Into Golf.
We've got our 5 locations. We got St. George way down south. We've got us here in Sandy. Then we've got Orem, Salt Lake City, and Riverdale.
Fantastic. All right, folks, check out You Into Golf for all your golfing stuff needs. And we do appreciate you taking a minute to join us today, Cameron. Thank you.
Very welcome. Appreciate it.
All
Thanks,
right.
Cameron.
Very good. Jen, we need to take ourselves a break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to shift gears a little. There's so much going on right now this week. We've got the LPGA Legends. We've got the NCAA Finals. And this week, the high school championships, the girls' high school championships were completed. We're going to go into the girls' high school championships, talk to a couple of the winners, a couple of the champs. When we come back on the other side, we will have Paige and I, the 3A champ, and Sadie Wagner, the 6A champ. You are listening to Utah Golf Radio, powered by T-Box on the Rocky Mountain Golf Network.
That say interview is ready to go.
Yeah, really, right? That's kind of nice. Boy, if it stayed cloudy all day, that would just be peaches. Yeah. Okay. Zach, did you turn off the feed?
I did.
Okay, good. No, if you turned it off, that's great. If not, then
I turn it off so you guys can hear me.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So,
Let me know.
I have that say interview ready to go.
Okay, let me know when you've got Paige, okay?
Will do.
Thank you.
So we're gonna start a once a month golf meetup on Girls Go Golfing.
Okay.
Our first night is gonna be June 27th at Timpanogos. We're gonna do the lit course.
The end of the lights?
Yeah.
So cool.
And
I
we're
love that.
we're almost at 8,000.
Membership that's cool.
I mean, I'm doing at least 100.
Say again.
I'm doing more than 100 of them a day.
What doing
Membership.
What yeah, but what is
Membership
doing?
approvals.
Oh, so you have to go in and
Yeah.
approve it. Where are they coming from?
They're coming from all over, but every time I get a Utah one, and I get all the stats, so we do have a very large percentage of them are in Utah. 83% are Utah bound or Utah based.
Nice.
So, but yeah, we want to do a monthly thing. We're going to do one at Timpanogos, and we want to do one we're going to do it at McRiley. We're going to choose 9-hole courses to start with. So Forestdale, Nibley.
I don't think you can go very wrong with the pasture under the lights at Temp.
All pages good to go.
Thank you.
I think that'll be really fun for the first.
Yeah.
For the kickoff.
No, I'm saying do it again and again.
Oh yeah, multiple times.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Zach, turn the feedback on when you've
Clear
got.
nasal spray and all their
There you
products
go.
at Clear. That's clear with an
Maybe turn
X.com
off 20
and at
seconds.
Thank
Amazon
you.
or your local grocery store. Breathe better with Clear this season.
You're listening to the home of the University of Utah, KALL North Salt Lake, KXRK HD3, ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM. You're listening to Paul and Jan on Utah Golf Radio.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. That means Utah Golf Radio coming to you live today from Copper Rock, where we are here celebrating the LPGA legends, some of the greats of the game, playing here at Copper Rock, where Christy Kerr, two-time major champion Christy Kerr, has a 2-shot lead going into today's final round. We will have a full report for you on our podcast. You can check it out wherever you get your podcasts and just search for Utah Golf Radio. We're coming to you in partnership with Utah's leading golf organizations, the Utah Golf Association, the Utah Section PGA, Fairways Media, the Utah Golf Foundation, the Utah Golf Course Superintendents Association, the Utah Junior Golf Association, and First Tee Utah. Paul and Jan with you today. We are powered, as always, by T-Box. Check them out at tbx.golf. T-Box, for the whole golfer experience, they have cracked the code. T-Box for clubs, coaching, and community. tbx.golf. This second hour of the show is presented by Mountainland Power Supply Equipment. Mountainland Power Equipment. Check them out at mountainlandpowerequipment.com for all your big equipment needs in the spring. For all the spring and summer projects you've got, you need to get yourself Mountainland Power Equipment and get the tools you need, the stuff you need.
Yep, absolutely. Done. Riding mowers, clippers, hedgers, all that stuff you can get at Mountainland Power Equipment.
Anything with power.
Okay.
Jan, we need to talk about the high school championships. Girls high school championships. And I want to start by repeating something we have said many times, but it bears repeating. It bears reminding ourselves. What the Utah Section PGA has done to develop high school girls golf in this state over the last generation is the most important, the most impactful story in Utah golf for the last 25 years. 25 years ago, the only way girls played golf was to be good enough to play on a boys team. And there was 8, 10, a dozen or so who could do it, but there was not a girls high school golf program. There is now. There's like 1,600 high school girls playing golf, and there are state championships that are hard fought and competitive at each level of the game. Hats off to the Utah Section PGA for making this happen. I love it. I love seeing the game grow. I love seeing more girls and women out on the golf course, and it is really important. We want to talk with one of the best of these young girls who are playing golf. Full disclosure, I know her really well. She's a First Tee kid. I am talking about the 3A state champion, Paige Anai. Paige, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning.
So glad. Yeah, so glad to have you with us, Paige. Paige, I've known you since you were a little kid, and it's been so fun to watch you grow in the game. You've been a UJGA Player of the Year for your age group, and now you are a state high school champ, having won the 3A individual title. Congratulations. Well played.
Yeah, thank you.
We want to talk about it. Paige, you ended up in a playoff. Let's get you there first. You and Jane Pohl of Morgan really blew away the field, had a 10-shot margin over third place. You guys were tied at plus 11, 153. You on rounds of 76 and 77. Jane on rounds of 81 and a really impressive 72 the second round. Walk us through this tournament. You were very consistent with your 76 and your 77. You were in the mix the whole way. What was it like for you?
The tournament was very nerve-wracking, but I made sure to keep cool and keep neutral and I think I did well with that, keeping my scores level with the 76 and 77.
What club was your best friend? Which was there a club that that really helped get you to this particular win?
I think it was my 50-degree wedge.
So you're chipping wedge.
She's
wedge,
a
wedge
real
work?
good wedge player. Yeah. She's a real good wedge player.
Cool. I like that.
How did you deal with the nerves? It's striking to me, Paige, that you start off by saying you were nervous going in. Yeah, no kidding, right? This is the state championship. Of course you're going to be nervous. How did you deal with it?
I made sure to look at the nature, like look at the trees, look at the birds, and just paid attention to the nature surroundings.
I like that.
Jan,
that
do
is
you
really
think that you use some of your first tee learnings when you're out on the golf course and the patience, the perseverance, that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you're teaching them those things. I mean, maybe you're teaching them for this very moment.
Well, we are, and we're teaching them for moments in life that are challenging.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I love Paige. I love your answer about dealing with nerves by distracting yourself into something that is peace giving, nature, and of course we know that golf courses are beautiful, peaceful places. Where did you come up with that, Paige? I really like it.
I think I came up with it with golf courses, mostly in the mountains, with when there's foxes and like big animals, and I've noticed that on my nerves because I love animals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I'm going to borrow that.
I saw a moose on a golf course once, Paige, and it did not make me peaceful. He was a little too close for my comfort level, and I gave him a lot of space. But that is really cool. Yeah. I'm very impressed with that. So, Paige, you and Jane Pohl from Morgan High, you guys tie at plus 11, and you go into a playoff. Talk to us, walk us through the playoff.
Well, starting with the playoff, my coach drove we had the push cart in the back of the golf cart. We drove the tee box, and it started to fall out. So I was holding on my push cart, waiting for my coach to drive us to the tee box. And then we tee off, and she goes first. We did the tee thing where you like spin the tee and see who it lands on. So she went first. She hit her drive, and I looked at the trees. So then I went second, and I hit my drive, and then we go up to the fairway, and we see two golf balls right next to each other. And I thought, I'm just a little bit shorter than her. But that happened to be her golf ball. So I hit farther than her, which was a big confidence boost. And then she bladed her shot over the green, and then I hit my shot just a little short of the green. But her ball was by a tree, so they took her 2 chips to get on the green, and then I chipped it to about 5 feet, and she was still about 12 feet away, and then she hit a putt. It was very close. Stopped right behind the hole, and then I had my putt, which was like very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But it went dead center in the hole.
You had a 5-foot putt for the win, and you hit it center cup. Holy cow. That is so good, Paige. So good. And look, now, for the rest of your life, whether it is on the golf course and you've got a tough shot, or whether it's in your life and you've got a challenge you're dealing with, you now know that when you have a 5-foot putt for the win, you hit it center cup. So good. We are so proud of you. That is really, really great stuff.
Thank you.
All right. So one other thing, you're a student at Providence Hall in Harriman, and you are a freshman. You are still young in this game, and yet you won the state title as a freshman. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. It means that I could probably do it again for the next 3 years.
Yes,
That's exactly what
yes,
I was thinking,
yes.
Paige. I was thinking that she can win it for 3-4 years in a row. That's
Yeah.
what she's thinking.
Yeah, you can't do that if you don't win as a freshman.
No.
And Paige just won as a
Oh,
freshman.
I love that. I love that was your first answer.
Yep. All right. Well, Paige, congratulations. So proud of you. So happy for you. Really great win.
Well done.
Way to go. Well done.
Thank you.
All right. That is Paige and I, the 3A state high school champion individually, playing down at Providence Hall in Harriman. She won as a freshman. And as I noted, she's a first T kid. I've known her for a long time. She is a wonderful person, Jan.
That's so great.
And yeah, just absolutely. We are so proud
And
of
you
Paige.
and you do. You love hearing that that they are first T kids.
Yeah, and good stuff. All right. We got to talk about 6A.
Yes.
So 6A, here's a shock. Lone Peak won the 6A again for the fourth time in a row. They actually won it by a mere 76 shots. So it wasn't even close. Everybody knows Lone Peak is the dominant program in girls golf in 6A. We all knew that. But what was really interesting was the individual side. And let's start with this. The top three finishers individually were Lone Peak kids. Again, no surprise. Then Sadie Wagner won it. She was at -6, 138 on rounds of 70 and 68. Aiden Long, who won the individual title 2 times in her career that she just is finishing up, she was in second place at -3, 141. And then Michaela Liu was in, it was T3. Again, Michaela, another Lone Peak player, she was at even par 144. But what Sadie Wagner did to win this title was really interesting and really impressive. She goes into the second round in the mix after having shot a 2 under par 70 in the first round. But then she comes out of the blocks and she is stumbling. She makes 4 birdies in the first 6 holes. She's 4 over through 6, and she gathered herself and turned it around. Started on hole number 7, goes birdie, par, eagle, birdie, 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 par, birdie, and then makes a few pars and finishes with a birdie on the par 5 5th hole, par 5 18th hole, to get a 3-shot win over her teammate Aiden Long and to win the individual championship for 6A. As we noted earlier, for this incredible effort, for that run of birdies and an eagle, where she was 7 under par through a 9-hole stretch. Pretty impressive stuff. For that, she's being recognized as the Zions Bank Player of the Week, presented by Fairways Magazine. Sadie is actually on an airplane this morning, moving on to the next. And so we had a chance to catch up with her yesterday and record a conversation. Here is the 6A state high school champion from Lone Peak High, Sadie Wagner. Sadie, you win both as a team and an individual. Congratulations. Well played.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the team first. No big surprise. You guys are a monster and you're just continuing to roll. But what does it mean to you that Lone Peak got another state championship?
I mean, I think it's pretty impressive. There's not a ton of teams that have gotten a 4-peat. Our team was pretty good this year. We had a lot of good, talented girls on it. And our team's still pretty young. We lost a couple seniors, but we still have a couple pretty good girls that are going to be on the team the next couple of years.
Absolutely, you do. And individually, you got the top 3 positions. That's normally a pretty good formula for team wins as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have a couple really good girls. And even, I think we got a couple too.
Yeah. So let's talk about the individual championship that you won against your friend and teammate Aiden Long. who has won this 2 times herself. But going into the tournament, you had to be looking across the team bus and knowing, okay, this is where the meat will be on the bones. This is what we've got to do, right?
I mean, I knew that she'd play well. She always does. So I knew that I had to play some good golf if I wanted to win. So I definitely wasn't going into it thinking I was just had an easy win.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But you stepped up. The numbers speak for themselves. What was it like internally for you with your thought process, your feelings, your internal chat as you're going through the tournament? And especially I want to understand and learn about the last 9 holes when everything's coming down to the wire.
I mean, I was pretty nervous after the first couple holes. I wasn't playing my best, and I almost felt like a little defeated. I was kind of like, Sadie, like, why'd you do this to yourself? Like, you just started off so well. You needed to just finish it out. But I didn't let my brain get into like a slump. I didn't quit. And I just kind of started to think like, okay, let's just get 1 birdie, turn it around so we stop the bogey streak, get a birdie, then we can just go from there. We can just another, we'll be okay. And then after that, I kind of was just hitting the balls exactly where I needed to, draining all the putts. So it kind of just started coming for me naturally. But I mean, I don't know. I was pretty stressed. I don't think I was in a tournament, and I don't really know why, but I don't know. I was just like really into it because I really wanted to see like the team after. I was excited about the scores, but that through the tournament, I had known that we were close, but play good, and so I was like, I just need to play really good.
You definitely turned it around in the final round. Was it self-talk that did it? Did you take yourself behind the woodshed and give yourself a rough up, and it worked?
I mean, Farr did come up to me. He kind of gave me a little talk to. He was like, Sadie, you need to get your shit together. You need to really lock this down. But like, I feel like I'm usually a pretty good I'm a pretty good mental player. Like when I'm on the course, like I usually don't let myself get too down, or I don't like to quit the round before it's over. It's just, you have so many holes, you never know what can happen, because, I never would have thought I would be going 7 under in 8 holes. But at the end of the day, it's like anything can happen if you keep working hard and you keep your head down, just go for what you can. Because like before the tournament, it's like, if you've done everything you can do, if you've practiced every day and you just like try your best, then it's the last thing you can do is just go to the tournament and just try your best. Like,
Yeah.
You can't expect anything else.
1 minute left on this,
Well,
guys.
you performed. You pulled it off. Very impressive. You turned the round around. You did go on a birdie streak. And when it was all said and done, you were the last one standing. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it definitely feels good because it kind of helps me see that like hard work does pay off. And golf's a challenging sport, definitely, because you can practice 8-9 hours a day and still never win. Like lots of the pros, even they are practicing every single day and they still don't get their time. And so it feels really rewarding to have it pay off, even if it's just every once in a while. It's just like getting a win and I'm working for this. It makes you feel good and it helps you keep going.
Well, we're going to look forward to watching you. You can't sneak up on anybody anymore. having won this and the way you won it, very, very impressive, and it's going to be fun to watch you the rest of the year. So good luck and congratulations on a really great win.
Okay, thank you.
Nice shot.
All right. The way she won this, yes, winning it is impressive. Beating Aiden Long, impressive.
Oh, yeah, it's hard.
All of it. But the way she won it, Jan, going 7 under par over a 9-hole stretch, impressive. And the self-talk, the talk with the coach, turning things around, very, very impressive. Sadie Wagner, the 6A state champ. She's just a junior.
Yeah.
She'll be back next year.
Look at what I mean. The one thing that impressed me when she said she doesn't like to quit before the round is over.
That was good.
That's,
yes.
I mean, that's exactly it. How many times have we all wanted to just quit?
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
That's awesome, Sadie.
We got to talk about somebody who needs some relief.
I'm just trying to do my best.
I need some relief, brought to us by Duro Health. Check them out at durohealth.com. This innovative and unique training program will get you moving better. I've been doing it, and I am flat moving better. You will swing faster, hit farther, play better. You'll feel better. I feel better by doing it. Durohealth.com. Jan, tell you somebody who needs some relief. That would be Bryson DeChambeau. So DeChambeau has developed a pattern of being sloppy on the back nine of major championships. Now, he won the U.S. Open last year, but that's because Rory McIlroy was more sloppy at Pinehurst coming in.
Yeah.
You go back in and everybody, all their attention goes to the shot DeChambeau hit on the 72nd hole from the fairway bunker. It is one of the greatest shots in the history of the game. And it won him the U.S. Open. But he was sloppy coming down the last few holes. He was sloppy at the Masters. He was sloppy in coming in the PGA. Bryson DeChambeau needs to figure out
what's this,
how to close this out. He gets sloppy at the
I
end.
know. What is that? We're going to start calling him Joe.
Sloppy Joe. Okay. Let's talk about somebody on a Sizz. On a Sizz, brought to us by our good friends at Next Level Golf. Check them out at nextlevelgolf.com. One of the best indoor facilities you'll see. It's up in Cottonwood Heights, nextlevelgolf.com. On a Sizz, I'm going to stay with Bryson DeChambeau. I'm just ragging on him. Fact is, he is one of the best players of our time. He is one of the most interesting players of our time, and he is a really good guy. I have had occasion to have some personal interactions with him, and so impressive, and he was just kind and good. But one of the best, most interesting players of our time, Bryson DeChambeau, is a constant presence at the top of leaderboards in major tournaments. And for that, he gets both on a Sizz and need
relief. That's true. He is always there.
He's always there.
But,
He's in the mix.
And then you just wonder, you know how he got there, but you're wondering why he never he doesn't finish it.
He has won 2 U.S. Opens.
Recently he's been sloppy, so he's just not doing it.
And the thing about it is his second U.S. Open at Pinehurst last year, the fact is he was sloppy coming in, as we just said. It was just that Rory McIlroy
was worse. If that's possible.
Yeah, it is. All right. We got to take a break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to sit down again with Penny James Garcia, the tournament director here at Copper Rock for both the Epson Championship that was last week and the LPGA Legends. Looking forward to talking with Penny again on the other side. You are listening to Utah Golf Radio, powered by T-Box on the Rocky Mountain Golf Network. Holy cow.
What?
Hit that square on. That's not like us.
I know, look at that.
And I forgot to toggle the camera back to us when we started talking. Oh well.
Oh well. Let's do John next week. Is it, or should we?
I never replied.
You didn't. It's okay. I understand.
We'll do it next week.
Okay. Look at that! We got Fresh in the house.
What?
Fresh is in the house. We are on break. Hug me.
Oh. How fun is this?
I know, it's the bestest.
So good to see you. Thank you for coming. Good morning, you. Can I get you guys to go back there with
Can you take a picture?
I'll get your picture.
Yes, that'd be awesome. Picture.
Andrew, don't crap them. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
That's so good to see you guys.
I know.
We're going to go watch Susie off. So.
Okay,
Thank you.
good call.
Very good. Yeah, we'll
She's on
catch up.
10.
We'll catch
Okay.
up with you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got things, but
Yeah, oh, I know, I understand.
Yeah.
Thought we'd say hi.
I'm so glad you did. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Before we sign off,
before we clean up, I want to get a picture of the setup.
okay.
So don't move anything at the end.
Okay.
please. Oh, we should have had the girls sit down. Shoot. Can you run around the corner and see if they're still there? How much do we have left, Zach?
About 40 seconds.
Thank you. Were you able to get them? Were you able to get them? Okay, thank you. Thanks for trying. Penny is dealing with a medical issue.
Oh,
so,
no. Okay.
So I'm not sure what we're going to have here.
You and I can do whatever.
Continues to be right here on Utah's #1 sports talk, ESPN 700. 98 days to kickoff for Utah football. Right here on your home of the Utes, ESPN 792.1 FM, presented by Cortland Roofing. You're listening to Paul and Jan on Utah Golf Radio.
It's hot.
All right, Utah Golf Radio. Coming back at you from Copper Rock. We are here for the LPGA Legends, some of the greats in the history of the women's game worldwide are here at Copper Rock this week, today, playing in this championship where two-time major winner Christy Kerr leads after the first two rounds. She is at -4, 140. And for a two-shot lead going into this final round in this 54-hole stroke play event. And as we talked earlier, I think that Christy Kerr is already in the conversation for membership in the World Golf Hall of Fame. If she wins this and adds this senior major to her resume, Jan, I think it seals the deal.
It's a click lock.
What is it again?
Click.
I like that. Okay.
Lock.
Fantastic. And balls are in the air, including our own Sue Nias, who tees off in 3 minutes. And
Wow,
as we
this
say
is
that,
fantastic. We
and
just had like a superhero fly in with, I mean, cape and all.
we did at that. We totally did. And that, of course, is Penny James Garcia, Penny is the tournament director here at Copper Rock for both the Epson Tour last week and for the LPGA Legends this week. Penny, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
You are a whirling dervish.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so that's the best way to put it. But just congratulations! What a wonderful event you put on last week, and then again this week. I don't know how you do it, but we're glad you do it because it is very exciting. And it's all. I think a lot of it is really about the patron experience, and I think that last week the people who came to Copper Rock for Epson Tour were really impressed, and I had a great experience, and that's what you're now. I hope that's what it's for.
I'll tell you what I tell our volunteers. Number 1, it's for the pros. Number 2, it's for the fans. Number 3, let's take care of our volunteers. And I have a great story to share if I may give one moment.
Please, yes.
Miss Maggie Will, one of the great legends, came up to me this morning, and all the legends have been coming up and just expressing gratitude for the volunteers and how they're so kind and friendly to them. One especially touched my heart this morning. Maggie Will came up, she gave me a big hug, and she said, I'm really sad today. And I said, why? She said, because we're leaving.
Oh my.
I said, I'm sorry to hear that. But she said, I want to tell you what happened yesterday. We have some carts out on the course we call comfort services.
Okay.
And what that means, it's a nice way of letting our volunteers know there's a cart coming to take you to the nearest restroom. We didn't think it was appropriate to call them the toilet carts, so we called them comfort services.
Oh my gosh, that's a great way.
We just did call them.
Yeah,
the toilet
well,
carts.
I'm just letting people in on the inside secret here. Okay.
I love that.
So Miss Maggie Will was having a bit of a rough day, and she saw our comfort services cart, not having any idea what it meant. And she saw the volunteer and stopped, and she says, comfort cart, I need a little comfort. I'm having a tough day. Our volunteer got out of the cart and says, would you like a hug? And she said, yes, I would. And she said, Penny, from that point, I golfed 1 under. And she said, before that, I was blowing up. So she said, thank your volunteer for giving me comfort. So that's what it's about right there.
Sometimes that's all it takes, a hug.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the names in this field. Christy Kerr at the top of the leaderboard. No surprise there. First of all, she was the runner-up here last year, so she already has a success record on this golf course in this tournament. But a 2-time major champion, a 20-time winner on the LPGA Tour over the course of her career. Plus, it is worth noting she is on the younger side of those who qualify to play in this senior event.
She is.
For the LPGA, it trips over at age 45. She's 47. And so all of the indicators are there, and it's no surprise that she is where she is. Christy Kerr at the top of the leaderboard, but there are so many others. I've got a couple in my head, but I want to turn it back to you, Penny. Who are some of these other great players that come to mind for you right away?
Well, Charlotta Sorenstam, which is Annika's sister, she was in the lead up until yesterday, and I would not count Charlotta out. I saw her this morning, and she has her game face on. She's been successful around the course. She knows what to do. Yesterday, we are blaming yesterday's scores on the rules officials. They set the pins in some very wicked places yesterday. Everybody struggled with those pins yesterday, so I'm hoping they're a little nicer today. Charlotta, I would not count her out.
Let me pause on Charlotta for a quick minute. Of course, an LPGA Tour winner, and Charlotta on Thursday, your first day of the tournament, the first round of the tournament, one of the very, very few clean cards that have been submitted for a 6 under 66 to lead the way. And it remains the low round of the tournament, so we know she can go low.
That's why I'm saying don't count her out. She has it, she knows it, and she's ready today. The other one that I believe has a really great chance is Lita Lindley. Lita's a great champion. She is the 2024 U.S. Women's Senior Open defending champion this year. She won it in 2024. Lita is just an inspiring woman. I got opportunity to listen to her speak at our women's business luncheon here on Tuesday. And I'm telling you, the lady is ready. She's got her son on the bag.
Nice.
And so she's got great support. She believes in manifesting her reality. That's how she gave credit to that for the U.S. Open win. She said she practiced her acceptance speech for 3 months before that win, and she envisioned herself walking down the fairway, envisioned what it felt like to have the butterflies in her stomach. So when that day came, she was prepared, and she prepared for that day for 3 years. First year she played in it, she came in second. Second year she came in second. That third year she went into this entire mental mode of training herself to know what it's going to feel like when I'm walking down that 18th fairway. Practiced her acceptance speech for 3 months beforehand, and she went out and she won it. I am not counting that lady out today. She's tough.
That is such a great story. We should note that Lita Lindley sits currently in the group at T2, just 2 shots off the lead going into the final round. She is in the group that tees off at 11:01.
It's going to be a great day out here. We have a little bit of overcast, so it's not going to be quite so hot. It's pretty warm. So if you're coming out, bring your hat, bring an umbrella, be prepared to drink lots of water. But it is a day not to be missed. We've got the legends here, folks. Even those who are not in contention, you got to go out and follow Laura Davies, for heaven's sake.
That's where I was going next.
That's where
I want to go
Paul's
see
going.
Laura Davies
You
play.
have to.
Yes.
I got to watch her a bit yesterday. I got to tell you a quick fun story from our programs. Laura
Please.
plays extremely fast.
Yes, she does.
She moves it right along. And so I was circling the course during the programs, just making sure the guests, our corporate guests, had what they needed. And I got to Miss Davies' group. I said, "How's it going today, Miss Davies?"